Hello and welcome. I'm Tauni at Yoga 413, and today I have a fitness yoga workout class for you. No equipment needed for this one. So my other yoga sculpt classes that I've put on my channel use light weights. If you're interested in one of those, I'm going to link the latest one right here. But for this class, no equipment. You have everything you need within your body to do this class. So all you got to do is step onto your mat and let's get started. We're going to begin in mountain pose at the top of your mat, bringing the feet hip distance apart. I want you to just rotate your palms forward and begin to engage the muscles in the legs. And as you inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And exhale, they just float back down to your sides into Tadasana. Again, inhale, lifting. And exhale, releasing. Just bringing some more oxygen into the body as we prepare for this class. Inhale, reach up. This time interlace those hands, accept the index fingers, cross the thumbs, lengthen, and exhale over to the right side. So we're just going to start to lengthen through the side body and out of that low back. And then reach those arms back up and exhale over to the other side. Coming back up and floating your hands down to Tadasana. Let's try that again. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, lengthening upward. Exhale to the side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to mountain pose. Try one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale over. So every time we enter a pose, we're trying to perhaps find a little bit more space. So we just begin to awaken the body, returning to mountain pose. Now we're going to step to face the long edge of your mat and turn your toes to the corners. I want you to bend your knees. Do a knee check. Be sure knees are right over those ankles. We're not in like this. We're wide. Come into sun pose. So extend your arms, palms are up, and reach your arms up with the inhale, and exhale, come back down. So larger movements as we begin to warm the body. So maybe even though this is a more non-traditional yoga class, we're still going to do our best to move with the breath. Be that observer of the body, of the breath. And never forcing beyond your limits. And know you can always take breaks or hit that pause button when you need to. So let's make it a little bigger this time. I want you to do sunflowers. We're going to bend down. You're going to hinge forward, sweep the floor, and come all the way up. Exhale, bend. Engage those ab muscles. Good. So no rush here, just work at your own speed. Let's do one more. Then return to sun pose with the palms up. Just work into those legs. Say good morning or good afternoon or good evening to those legs whenever it is you're doing this class. Good, now come up, turn those toes forward. Let's come into a standing straddle and open up through the back side of the body. Relax your head and neck. So in this first forward bend, you can always keep those knees soft. Now begin to walk your hands back to the front of your mat. And we're going to come back onto all fours. Coming into a tabletop position. Let's flow through some cow and cat. Just moving through the spine. Warming all those muscles around the core center. Good. Just a couple more rounds of breath as you open up your chest. And then exhale, round. So work your way to a neutral spine. Probably gonna have to bring your hands slightly forward. I want you to come into a supported plank position. So you're at a diagonal. Slowly bend your elbows and lower all the way to the mat. Lift the chest for cobra. Release back to the mat. So lift that belly away from the floor with a straight back. Press back up. And then come into extended child's pose. Let's hold here in extended child's. Knowing you can come here anytime you need a break or you need time to refocus. And then jump back in when you're ready. So as you inhale, lift up. Come forward into that supported plank. Bend your elbows lower to the mat. Lift the heart open for cobra. Exhale, release back to the mat. With the strength you brought with you, press up. Exhale back to extended child's pose. Let's try that a couple more times through, coming forward, lowering down, lifting and opening that heart, and releasing. With a straight back, strong arms, press up. Back to extended child's. Good. Coming forward. So this is going to be a supported flow. So know you can always keep those knees down on the mat whenever you need to. Pressing those arms straight, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Let's come into down dog. Take a moment here to add any movement, pedaling out your feet. And then just arriving in downward facing dog. Good. Look forward and step to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway, hands to shins with a flat back, and then exhale to forward fold. As you inhale, rise up strong, pressing through those feet, bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Inhaling to that flat back and fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Remember, you can drop the knees. Shift forward, come halfway down into chaturanga. Flip the feet over, up dog. Remember your option of cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Again, stepping the opposite foot forward. Lengthen that spine and fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reaching up, just warming up through our sun salutation. Half lift and lengthen. And fold. Stepping back, plank pose. Shifting forward, bending your elbows for chaturanga. Pressing those arms strong and straight for up dog. Downward facing. Take 3 deep breaths. On that next inhale, look forward, step or float. Half lift and fold. Inhale, rise up, pressing up, hands to heart center. One more time, you're doing great. Just building some heat and fold. Half lift and fold. Stepping back. Shift forward, elbows in. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lifting the right leg up, moving into one leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee, come forward into high plank, shoulders over wrist. Lift the leg back up for one leg dog. Exhale, this time through the chest to step that foot forward. Warrior lunge. Bringing your hands to the heart, I want you to tuck that back knee, tuck that pelvis down, drop it closer to the mat, then straighten that back leg. Exhale, bend, and straighten. Just really working into those legs now. Now straighten that back leg, reach your arms up. You're back into warrior lunge. Take the hands down, right back to one leg dog. Take that right leg up. Exhale, forward to high plank. Lift back up. Step it all the way forward. Warrior lunge. So now we're going to add a twist. I want you to take that right arm behind you, bring the left arm forward for a standing twist. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, squeeze those belly muscles and twist that back leg staying strong and straight, coming back up. Twist and up. Bring that strength you brought with you today. Now hold the pose. Taking the hands back down, one leg dog again, lift it up. Exhale, high plank. One leg dog. Step that foot forward. Open up this time to warrior two. Take a moment to find your pose. Keeping that knee open. Straighten those arms, straighten that leg. And bend. Lifting. Lowering into warrior two. So on this, be sure you're keeping your shoulders right over the hips. Sometimes the tendency is for you to lean forward. We're just moving in and out of warrior two. Let's move into the pose and hold here. Again, feeling your strength. You have everything within you to not only do this class, but do whatever it is you set your heart to. Take the right palm up and reach back and straighten that right leg for reverse triangle. Taking a moment to stretch through that side body. Coming back to warrior two. Reach back, one more reverse triangle. Circle your arms all the way to the mat. Step back for plank pose. Let's hold here in plank. Let's do a vinyasa, so shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing, and downward. Move right back forward into that plank, holding here. Back is strong and straight. Chaturanga, shift forward, lower, up dog, down dog. So remember in the warm-up, we did the supported option, so you can always take that. If not, one more time through, coming forward to that plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing, tops of the feet onto the mat. Flip them over, down dog. Coming back forward to plank, we're going to hold here. Move your feet together. Roll to your right side. We're going to come into side plank. Woo, almost lost my balance. You can separate those feet if you need to. Reach your arm up over your head, and I want you to create an arch shape, like a rainbow. And then bring that hand down, coming to that neutral spine. Lift up, squeeze those obliques, and come back. Let's just do one more. Lift, and circle it all the way around to plank, down dog. So let's try all of that on the other side. Lift that left leg. High plank, move forward. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Rise up for warrior lunge. Hands in a prayer position at your heart. Tuck the pelvis under you, bend that back knee, drop it towards the mat, and then straighten that back leg. Bending and straightening at your pace. Hold your pose, find warrior lunge. Take the hands down, one leg dog, lift that leg back up. Exhale, high plank. Lifting it back up. Step that foot forward. Arrive in warrior lunge. Adding that twist, taking that right hand forward, turn and gaze over that left shoulder, back leg straight. Inhale, back to center. Exhale and twist. Continue. Let's do 2 more. It feels good to just move, right? Good. Bring it back up to center. Taking the hand down, lift back up, one leg dog. High plank, knee to chest. Inhale, lift. Step it forward. Rise up for warrior 2. Find your pose. Good. Stay strong. Reach. And warrior 2. Moving in and out of the pose. Maybe bending that knee a little deeper every time. Let's stay here. Breathe. Feel that strength. That left palm faces up. Reach back, reverse triangle pose. Lengthen it out. Warrior 2. Reverse triangle, reach back. Circle it all the way to the mat. Find plank. So we're going to do 3 half series flow. When you're ready, shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Continue at your own pace, so know the supported version with the knees down. Or maybe you choose to just hold in plank. Let's try one more. Holding in downward facing dog. Good, just reconnect to that breath. Come forward to that plank, move your feet together. You're gonna roll to your right side for that side plank. So a bottom knee could come down here as well if you needed some support. Lengthen, and then bring that arm right to your side. So as you lengthen, you press your hips up, making that rainbow shape, and then come down. Let's try one more. Press, squeeze those obliques, and down. Find plank. Drop the knees, child's pose. So hopefully you are feeling pretty warm. I know I am. Take a moment here to wipe the sweat. Studio's a little warm today. So when you're ready, arrive back up into a tabletop position. We're going to extend our right arm and left leg back, bird dog pose, keeping that arm straight. Flex your foot and press that leg straight. Now go ahead and point that toe. Exhale, round, draw the knee in to touch the elbow, and extend back out. So working on our core here, and a lot of balance work. Good. Let's do 2 more. Extend, lengthen, and then release. Let's try that on the other side. So extend, flex the foot first. I really want you to press through that heel, engage the glute. Keep everything engaged, but point the toe. Exhale, round, draw that knee to touch the elbow, and extend. Really connect to those muscles, moving with the breath, that mind-body connection. Hold the pose. Take those hands down, lift up into downward facing dog. Let's step to the top of your mat and rise up to stand, high mountain, bringing the hands to the heart. We're going to practice eagle pose for our standing balance today. I'm going to turn and face you. Just soften your knees. I want you to balance on your right foot. Pick up the left as high as you can. Wrap it around the thigh, maybe hooking the foot on the outside of that calf. A kickstand is fine. Take those arms out, goalpost arms, right underneath left. Palms or back of the hands together. That standing leg is slightly bent. Squeeze those inner thighs. You're squeezing everything in towards the center of your body. Start to release and come up. Shake that out. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So soften, balance on that left foot. Lift up. It's usually the easier to get as high on that thigh as you can. Goalpost arms. Left under right. You want to make this a little bit more intense stretch for that upper back. Lift your elbows. Good, and come up, shake that out. So we're going to take our feet wide, just like in the warm-up. We're going to come into sun pose. We're just going to change it up a little bit. So find that wide stance, toes towards the corners of your mat. Bring those elbows up behind the head, the hands up behind the head, excuse me. I want you to lean over to the right and then come up. And lengthen and up. A little deeper now. So you're going straight over. Legs are getting stronger. Working those obliques through the waist. Good. You have it. Let's do one more on each side. Good. And come up. Take those arms straight up over your head. Palms face in. Once you start to give me itty bitty pulses here. This is something I do in my bar class. Keep holding, keep pulsing. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, you can do this. Hold. Can you lift your right heel? Put it down. Can you lift your left heel? Put it down. Last balance. Can you lift both heels? Woo. You feel those abs zip up when you have to do that, when you balance? Almost there. Release. Shake that out. Let's step to the top of your mat. We're going to move down to the floor. Let's do a sun salutation to get there. Reaching up and fold forward. Half lift and fold. Stepping back, plank, chaturanga. Upward and downward. Beautiful job. Move forward, plank, drop those knees to the mat and lower your body all the way down to the mat. Sweeping those arms to your sides. Lift away from the mat for locust pose. Lifting the chest, lifting the legs. Point those toes, straighten those legs best you can. And come down. Again, lift everything away from the floor, holding the pose without holding your breath. And release. Last one, hold. And release. Take your hands by the chest, press back to a child's pose. Relax. Come back forward. We're going to do one more set. I'm going to change your arms. So no, you can always keep them here. If not, we're going to lengthen our lever. We're going to extend our arms like in a V shape. Lift everything away from the mat. Hold the pose without holding the breath. Feel how strong you are in your back body. Release. Lift back up. And release. Last one, lift. And release. Hands by chest, press back, child's pose. So one more exercise here for these arms. You're going to come forward into that supported plank. So I know we've done several chaturangas. But we're going to add just a few more. Stick with me. So the knees are down on the mat and the back is straight. I want you to bend your elbows any amount, but no lower than shoulders in line with the elbows. Then press back up. Now see if you can take the knees off the mat. Try again. Bend your elbows any amount and press up. Take the knees back down. Bend your elbows any amount and press back up. Knees up. Try again. Now if that back starts to sway like a hammock, one more time lower, with the knees down, then you would keep your knees down. Last one with the knees up. You did it. Drop those knees, sit it back, come onto your knees, dropping those hips to your heels. Let's stretch those triceps out. Taking that hand to the center of the back, pulling down on that elbow. You did great. Let's switch sides. I always tell people you'll never do two until you do one, so you just got to keep trying. Let's flip it over and have a seat on your mat. So we're going to find our sits bones, and we're going to find boat pose. So remember, chest open, shoulders back. You can always keep those toes on the floor if you need to. So we're going to flow from this high boat down to low boat. So as you inhale, extend the legs. I want you to bring your low back onto the mat. And then as you exhale, I want you to try to rise up, creating this V shape here with the body. Inhale and exhale. So if you needed to, you could use your hands for support. This is amazing. It's awesome. As long as you're moving, you're successful. I truly believe that. So we're going to do two more. Now come into that low boat, hold, breathe, and then hug the knees into the chest. Take your feet to the floor, heels are down, knees over ankles, arms to your sides. Begin to press your hips up for a bridge pose and lower your hips down. Try that 2 more times. So that is going to be your option. Or I want you to bring that left foot in a little bit closer, keeping the heel down. Take the right leg up. Now press the hips up. Inhale, lifting, and exhale down. So moving through a one-leg bridge flow, knowing you always have the option to take both feet to the floor. Great for your hamstring and sculpting your glutes. Good. Bring it down. We're going to quickly switch sides. Heel down, left leg up. Begin to lift and lower. Good. Bring both legs down. Begin to lift and lower for the last 3 and 2 and 1. Let's hug those knees into the chest. You've done amazing. We're going to start to slow it down and stretch it out. So let's begin. Feet to floor, cross right ankle over left knee. Reach through, grab onto the back of that thigh. Really stretching into that right hip. Start to slow that breath. Release from the stretch. Let's switch sides. Flexing that left foot. Reach through, grab onto the back of the thigh, and gently pull it closer to the chest. Long, deep breaths. Let's hug the knees in and start to rock forward and back. Gain a little momentum and rise up. Extend the legs out in front of you. Sitting up tall, reach those arms over your head. Exhale over those legs. Take an inhale to lengthen and gaze forward. Exhale, relax into your stretch. Begin to lift up, scooping those abs in as you roll all the way down to the mat. Let's pull that right knee into the chest. And then exhale over into your spine twist. Turning to gaze down that right arm. Coming onto your back, extending the leg. Let's switch sides. Left knee pulls in. And twist. Come back onto your back. Extend your legs out. Reach your arms up over the head. I want you to take a nice big breath and lengthen through the fingertips, through the toes. And then bring your arms to your sides with the palms rotating up. Go ahead and widen your legs just slightly. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, release, let go. Let your feet just drop away from each other. You have worked hard. Let's give our bodies and our minds the gift of rest and stillness for just a few moments. Probably the most important thing you're going to do all day. And rest. I'll be back with you in just a moment. You are welcome to hit that pause button and stay as long as you like. If you are with me, begin to add the movement of the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, rolling onto that right side where we pause. I want to remind you that you are strong, not only in your physical body, but a strong body helps strengthen your mind. Believe in yourself. You are strong enough to get through anything, I promise you. Give yourself a thank you for showing up on your mat, and then help yourself up to have a seat. You did amazing. Let's take one more breath in, bringing the hands to the heart, and from my heart to yours, namaste. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I thank you so much for joining me for class. Hope to see you again soon.